hello. Welcome to another edition of the Night Sky this week for July 8th, 2024. It's a Monday. Great to be back on the saddle again. It's been a few weeks. Unfortunately, I was sick and was not really able to be able to go live, but it's great to be alive and here sitting with you, joining me, exploring the night sky as usual. Lots of things to talk about, and let's dive in right away to the planetarium program and see what the night sky has in store for us this week. And here we are. We've got the night sky set up for July 8th, Monday. And this is soon after sunset. And what do we see? Of course, the very beautiful thin crescent moon. So, Monday night, which is tonight as of this stream, this is what will greet you low in the western horizon, a beautiful whisker thin crescent moon, a waxing crescent moon in the constellation Leo the Lion. And of course, this is a beautiful zodiacal constellation that is normally visible in the springtime, but of course, now we're in the summer in the northern hemisphere. And so now it's kind of setting in the west, this constellation is. And you can see the crescent moon kind of in the mouth of Leo the Lion. And very close to it is a very bright star called Regulus right there. Check that out. Right there is Regulus. It's about 78 light years away. Super bright star, the lead star in the constellation Leo the Lion. So a beautiful pairing tonight on July 8th. Try not to miss it. If you've got clear skies, try to find a spot that is clear towards the western horizon, and this beautiful pairing will greet you. Also, look for that backwards question mark that marks out the mane and head of the lion. Very iconic, very easy to find. It's eye-catching. Even if you have some light pollution where you are, you're living in a suburb perhaps of a city, it's not too much of a challenge to finding this. And if you are out in the countryside, boy, it's a lot easier. But of course, you're contending with the glow of the sunset. So, and it's following the sun very quickly, Leo is. So you don't have too much time, but try it after about 20 minutes, half hour after your local sunset. Give it a whirl. It's a really nice thing. Again, this is Monday, the 8th of July. If we kind of go the next day and follow the moon, you'll notice that the moon still is in Leo. This time it's in the belly of the lion, on the underbelly of the lion on Tuesday. And by Wednesday, the moon is off below in the back hindquarters, in the back legs of Leo the lion. So you can see the constellation is quite big because even over 2-3 nights, this is Wednesday night, July 10th, the moon is still in the constellation Leo. So you can give you an idea how expansive this constellation really is in the sky. It's really incredible. Now, if we continue following the moon by Thursday will enter the neighboring constellation Virgo the Maiden and is heading towards an encounter with Spica. And I think this is really just a beautiful sight that'll happen on Saturday. So if we jump forward to Friday, and then on Saturday evening, this is going to be quite a sight for those of us in the American continents. So North America through Central America, look at South America, look for this beautiful pairing, very close pairing of the moon and Spica. And for these continents, the Americas, what will be particularly interesting in North America will be the occultation of Spica, meaning that Spica will be hidden by the moon. It'll actually go behind the disk of the moon, Spica will. Now, this is going to happen, not, it'll be visible kind of with the naked eye if you're lucky, in that you have a dark skies. Let me just center the moon here. And if we kind of move it for hour to hour, you can see that by, this is around 10:49 p.m. By 11:49, it's gone. Let me go back to 10:49. This is Eastern time, Eastern Daylight Time. So most of North Americans will get to see it. Those of us on the West Coast of North America, it'll be still daylight when you see this undergoing. So you want to use binoculars. It'll be bright still, the sky, because the sun is recently set. So you will want to use your binoculars to check out, look for the half lit moon, and beside it on the darker unlit portion side of the moon is where you'll be looking for Spica. And then if you follow this encounter, you'll see that as I'm going forward minute by minute, you can see at the bottom there of the screen the counter. It's 11:21, and there you go. That's when you start seeing Spica entering very close to the edge, the limb of the moon, and there, by around 11:25 p.m., is when it goes behind the disk of the moon and disappears. This is what astronomers call an occultation, sort of like a form of an eclipse, right? Spica, this bright star 250 light years away, the lead star in the constellation Virgo, the Maiden, is going to slip behind the disk of the moon. And what's really cool, kind of amazing, natural magical disappearing act is Spica will disappear on the darker unlit portion side of the disk of the moon. Isn't that cool? And of course, it'll take a while for it to reappear. And those of us on the East Coast, this is going to be tricky, or if not impossible, because the moon will be very close to the horizon or below. As you can see here, for me in Montreal, I won't be able to see the reappearance of Spica because it'll go behind, as you can see, the horizon. So I won't be able to, but those of you on the West Coast will be able to see the reappearance of that bright star, Spica, before the moon sets. But this is again happening on July 13th. This is this Saturday, coming up Saturday night. I will post sky charts for this, so don't worry, and also some links to some great articles from some stargazing journalists, friends of mine that have written up some great reports on the timing exactly, some timetables. So don't worry about that. I've got you covered, and it's a really, really cool site. So you don't want to miss that. So that's Spica being occulted by the moon. It's a great natural disappearing act. It's something that you should be able to easily see with binoculars at the very least, wherever you are. Again, this is happening late night for the eastern portion of the continent on Saturday. So do check that out. Great to see folks on the live stream. Crystal, thanks for coming and hopping on board. And this is just something really cool. I think it's something worthwhile watching. This Saturday is this beautiful pairing. And for most of us around the world, you'll see the two objects, Spica and the moon, basically being separated by, by not much space. It's really going to be incredible. Here's a view of typical view of what you might see in the night sky together. And you know, you won't have to wait that long. You try to see if you can spot the pair even before it gets dark. You'll see it hanging high in the southwestern sky, the moon. Look for that brilliant bluish white star very close to it. Use your binoculars to find Spica while the sky is still blue. It's bright enough to actually spot. So earlier in the day. So check that out this Saturday, the 13th. I think that's a really fun thing to do. Now, if we just go into the early morning skies, and we look towards the east, you'll see a bunch of really interesting things happening there. Look at this beautiful sight of Jupiter and Mars just in the northeast. This is a beautiful pairing, and it's going to be joined by some bright stars nearby like Aldebaran and Capella. Let's see if I can actually change the date. And you can see, like, by Tuesday, this is Tuesday tomorrow morning, July 7th. And if I can just go make this a little bit earlier, there you get to see that there is a whole row of planets, Saturn, Neptune, you've got Mars, Uranus, Jupiter, all lined up. Of course, Uranus is, you need binoculars to spot it. It's a greenish blue dot. Mars will be right next to it. A great signpost for finding Uranus because it's visible to the naked eye as an orangey red star. Then you've got Neptune, which definitely you need a small telescope or a strong pair of binoculars, and you can use Saturn as a guidepost for finding Neptune. So you have a lineup of all these beautiful stars this week. I should say planets and stars in the early morning skies. So check that out. It's a lot of fun. Whew, that's a lot of stuff in the skies this week. If you're interested in looking up some more stuff, I can invite you to check out my book I have here. Right here, Backyard Guide to the Night Sky, out by National Geographic. It's a bestseller, thanks to you guys. And it's a great pocket-sized book. It's a small soft cover. And I am also selling signed editions of this, dedicated editions internationally. You can find that on my website. Also, I've got Stargazer's Atlas, also out by National Geographic. Amazing. It's kind of like a 6.5-pound book of knowledge of all the constellations. Really a lot of fun to also use. And also, don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. My next edition is coming out this week, so stay tuned with all kinds of stuff for the next 4 weeks of what you can see in the night sky. So, lots of really cool things. Thanks for joining me. I hope you had a great time. Thanks for all your support. If you find value in this video, then don't forget to give me a thumbs up and a subscription. Thanks so much. See you on the next video. Until then, clear skies.